The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Live from Columbus, Ohio, it's MOTOWN Downtown!
MOTOWN Downtown, come on down to MOTOWN Downtown.
Today's guest, Mistress Nyx.
Come on down to MOTOWN Downtown.
My name is Tyson Bruno, and here's your host, Mo Chocolate.
Come on down to MOTOWN Downtown.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to MOTOWN Downtown, Season 3.9, Part 1, where we are here to make sure that you have a wonderful time and the greatest time. That's right. That's right. Hello to everyone in chat, to the mods, to the lurkers. Thank you all for coming out tonight. Thank you very much. Okay. So, with that being said, let's welcome today's very special guest, shall we? Drum roll, please. Ladies and gents, we have our very first professional voice actor on the show tonight. From voicing Cheerthy in the Union Cross fan dub to posting her own Let's Plays and reactions on YouTube, she has proven to be just as entertaining on screen as she is in person. So please put your hands together for the Chaos Queen herself, Mistress Nyx!
Anyway, so.
There she is. What is up, Mistress Nyx?
Yeah, this guy, apparently. Anyway, hi. Strange shade of blue now.
We've never had anyone walk on screen like that before. We're already off to a great start, thank you.
I figured I'd walk in, you have such a nice chair here.
For sure, yeah. Well, first and foremost, Nyx, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here on MOTOWN Downtown. Thank you very much, thank you.
Yeah,
So before we continue, for anyone watching who has no idea who you are, tell us a bit about yourself.
I'm a woman who does voices.
Close enough.
Okay, so basically, I was born, I enjoyed... Hi. It's nice to meet you. I'm shy. I'm also full of chaos
and that's why we love you and have you on the show. We want that energy for sure. So first question of the day is tell me about the early days as the pre Mistress Nyx days. Tell me about how you tell me about how your early days as a gamer, were you team PlayStation, Sega, or Nintendo, and what were some of your favorite games growing up?
So, my very first memory was playing a Dora the Explorer game on the PS1.
Nice.
And that it wasn't because we lacked having a Nintendo, or anything of that nature. It was more just that's as far as my memory goes. I don't even think the Dora game was mine. But it was just, that was the first game that I remember existing around me. And it's in the back of my head existing, but the one game that I ironically enough remember the most is Kingdom Hearts, and it was specifically my brother playing it.
Nice.
And I was 3 at the time.
3? Wow. So you were literally born into the fandom, basically.
Yeah, I was.
Man, not a lot of us can say that, but you can. So man, massive props to you and your brother. We are definitely gonna get to Kingdom Hearts at some point in the interview. So thank you for elaborating on that. So next question is What inspired you to start posting content online? Like, what was the big deciding factor or the thing that you were like, what did you see that you're like, you know what? I want to do this as well. Tell us about that whole process.
So, long story short, you know what? Screw it. We're here for long stories.
Yeah.
When I was around 15, I developed some pretty bad anxiety,
Mhm.
and I didn't really want to go out much. I stayed very, very in my shell. And the one thing that got me out of my shell to actually starting to talk to people again was playing video games.
Mhm.
And when I would play video games with friends and things of that nature online, I would randomly, something that I did with my siblings all the time growing up, but it was one of those, hey, that's annoying, you do it to annoy your siblings kind of thing, and not something that you consciously think about a lot of times. And that was repeating what the characters would say
Mhm.
in their voice. And I had done it unconsciously a couple of times, and while I was playing with friends, and they're just like, that's really good. You should, like, that sounds just like the character. You could do stuff with that. And I was like, I could? And now I'm here.
Awesome, awesome. That's pretty cool. So like, tell me about those early days of you posting content online. Like, was it YouTube or TikTok or Instagram? Like, what was your first platform that you posted content on?
I want to say it was probably, goodness. I think I started posting stuff on, like, when I officially got brave enough to do things.
Yeah.
I started on Twitch, just posting
Twitch.
things on, doing things on Twitch.
Going live,
Um
gotcha.
Yeah, and I tried to get into TikTok, but TikTok started to scare me
Mm.
because they're not in the, oh, they have my data kind of thing. I don't care, all right?
Yeah.
Everybody has my data. I don't care anymore, all right? I am
Yeah.
not even a human being to them anymore.
Yeah.
My problem is I was there was a lot of times where very graphic images and things would show up
Yeah.
on TikTok, people's For You pages, and I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want to see that.
Me
That will do
neither.
irreparable damage to my mental health. And it became, every time that I would use TikTok, it would be like, I'm terrified of seeing this. So I stopped using it altogether. And I was like, I had to
Gotcha.
clean.
Gotcha. So like when you start going live on Twitch and stuff, I can already tell you're a very creative individual and stuff. So when it comes to your online username, Mistress Nyx, was that
Mhm.
like your what made you want to go with that username, and like were there other contenders
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff? Like tell us the
So
origin of the username known as Mistress Nyx.
so a lot of people get it wrong. And so again, another long story. When I was younger, I used to read a lot of books online,
Mhm.
things that people had written, way back before it was cringe. In the best way. Cringe in the best way. There were
Yeah.
hidden gems. Wattpad. There was a lady who would write stories, and her name was, I believe, Miss Horror Stories.
Okay.
And that was back when I enjoyed horror-related things, and now I can't stomach it because I'm a coward. I'm a happy coward, though. I have peace of mind.
Gotcha.
um, and I heard that name was just so creative, and I was like, that's a nice name. So I was like, okay, I could think of a name. Things that kind of like articulate with me as a person. I was like, okay, well, I like the name Mistress. Okay, and
Mhm.
I was just like, it's a very leader name.
Mhm.
Because for me, Mistress has never meant you know
Yeah.
it's never meant the person who is the mistress of someone else. It
Yeah.
was MRS, Mrs. It's
Okay.
actually not Mrs. It stands for mistress, and MR stands for master. Master of the house, mistress of the house.
That's pretty clever.
Um
I like that.
so it was leadership based, and only after I became exposed to the internet did I realize that yeah, people are awful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was always a huge fan of Greek mythology, and I found Nyx to be the coolest because I always hated Zeus. And when somebody was like, I read a story that Zeus feared no one except one, and that was Nyx. And I was just like, like her, cool. And then I became a mythology buff, and it all just went downhill from there.
Gotcha. I need to
I think
do
I
research
was
on that.
13 at the time.
Gotcha. I need to do research on that. Who exactly is Nyx in Greek mythology? Do you know?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Nice.
so 3 times. So depending on what you read and how you read it, there's lots of different origin stories for where Nyx came from and how she came to be. The most commonplace one, and the one that has, in my opinion, the most backing to it, is Nyx was born from a single entity known as Chaos. And so was her brother and consort. The whole thing is weird. Erebus, Gaia, Tartarus, and I cannot for the life of me remember the other one. But they ended up essentially becoming the primordial deities. And they are before the Titans, and the not the great grandparents, either the grandparents or the great grandparents, depending on the timeline of the Olympian gods. And there's Nyx is also like the mother of the fates. And or no, is it the fates?
Perhaps.
It's fear, paranoia. It's been a hot minute, all right, and it's I slept today.
Yes, you did.
But basically, there's a lot about her that I always found really interesting. And at the time, I was also a book nerd, and I was reading a book that had Nyx as a primary character, and it was just somebody who was just like, this is nice. I vibe with it. So Mistress, Nyx, together, and then bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle.
Well, there you have it, chat. Your MOTOWN Downtown exclusive on where Nyx came from. Mistress Nyx came from.
My
you
mom.
are welcome. It's funny because I'm not sure if you played Persona 3 Nyx, because they mentioned Nyx and Tartarus a lot.
Yes. So, I have never played Persona 3 or 4. I'm watching my brother do a playthrough of Persona 5, and we just finished, without giving spoilers,
Yeah.
I think it's not the 3rd edition of females.
Gotcha. Yes.
So, I know bits and pieces about it, and I know that it is something that exists, and it's something that I do want to go back and kind of check into, because something that I do enjoy is watching adaptations of Greek mythology.
Yeah.
And sometimes they make me want to gouge my eyes and ears out, and other times they are so freaking cool. Like Hades the game, which is phenomenal.
Well, is it safe to assume that you're not a God of War fan then? Because that's the early God of
Oh,
War games.
no, God of War is probably a masterpiece.
Yeah.
All the Olympian gods deserve what happened to them.
So God of War 3, they deserve all of that. But rewinding back to you now, tell me about, like, when you first went live on Twitch, what would you say was your first, like, big stream? Where you're like, wow, people are coming to my stream and they're enjoying me? Like, tell me the game you were playing that gave you, like, one of the best experiences in your early days as a streamer.
I was playing Phasmophobia.
Oh.
And, fun fact about me, I have a fear of ghosts, but like, okay, I have a fear of malicious ghosts, I guess I should say, because if somebody's just like, oh yes, nice old lady died in here, I'm just like, cool, old lady spirit, she's gonna be so nice, I'm gonna tell her stories, and they're just like, oh yeah, somebody was, an evil person was brutally murdered here, I'm be like, cool, I'm gonna go. I don't want to participate ever. I'm a go. So whenever I was playing Phasmophobia, it was really, really scary. And whenever I am panicked or nervous, I talk a lot. and you can tell. Um, and I would do all sorts of different types of voices, for, for people who I was playing with, the random strangers that I was playing with who were also hunting ghosts, and for myself in my stream. And one day, somebody who had been, who was already pretty big in the Phasmophobia community raided my channel. And
Whoa.
a bunch of people were just like, wow, this is hilarious. And I was just like, hi, hiding in a corner with just like this flashlight, just like, hi, it's nice to meet you all. My name's Nyx. I'm not okay. And then the lights start flashing, and then I scream, and everybody's laughing.
That's hilarious. Now, I played Phasmo a couple times, like back in the heyday, but do you still play the game now? Is it still the same as it was back then?
No, so they made some pretty big changes a couple years ago, and I
Okay.
stopped playing. Mostly because I stopped streaming.
Gotcha.
And I stopped streaming because I wanted to focus more directly on voice acting,
Mhm.
and I didn't have. It was college and voice acting,
Gotcha.
and so I just didn't have time anymore for those aspects and things, and now things are going pretty good, I'd say.
Pretty good. Like, you
I
like
have to
hear
work
it.
really hard for it, but it's working, and that's what matters.
I'm proud. I'm proud of you. We're all proud of you for that. So, thank you. So now the next question I have involving Twitch is, what is the one game that gave you the best streaming experience, and the one game that gave you the absolute worst streaming experience?
Best experience that I have had. Oof. Journey.
Nice.
Playing Journey. So,
The sand game?
yes.
I love that game.
I get emotional just thinking about this game and talking about it, so you'll have to mind if I get misty-eyed.
That's fine.
I've cried a lot playing games. Huge Kingdom
Me
Hearts
too.
fan. So obviously there's a lot of, there are a lot of Kingdom Hearts games where, you would stay up late at night watching some of the cutscenes, sobbing your eyes out. There was no game that has affected me as harshly as playing Journey. That hit my soul, and Journey is such a very tight-knit community. So people who play the game and love the game actively check out people who are streaming it. And they watch people. So when they saw that it was my very first playthrough, I had a bunch. It's not that I had like a 20 people watching me. I had maybe 6 or 7 people watching who were all from the community.
Yeah.
And they told me their stories. We actually, I got to interact with a very, very active chat of new people who were with me through a very emotional time playing that game. And I don't think I've ever cried more publicly. That was awful in the best way. I would say the worst interaction I've had while streaming is probably yeah, you can never really go wrong playing any of the Call of Duty games while
Oh
streaming.
no, not Call of Duty.
I think I did it maybe once or twice, and never again. Listen to me, Mo.
Yeah.
Never again.
Trust me, like, my last guest violin is a big Call of Duty fan, and that's fine, but I'm just like, bro, I can't. Like, that community goes out of their way to be as toxic as possible. And I'm just like, no, thank you.
You never survive in a Call of Duty lobby. I shouldn't have to.
Exactly. Like, I would not. I'm not sure if you had your mic on playing Call, but they're like, a girl? Get back in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Kitchen? Food? Bitch.
Oh, that's so clever. I've totally never heard that before. So clever there.
Yeah. I got really creative in insulting them back, though, and it got really satisfying when I finally got good at the game,
Yeah.
and people would talk major shit to me, and I'd be just like, cool, that's nice, boom, headshot, and they're just like, you're so bad hard scoping, and I'm just like, ooh, I'm playing.
Oh, you sound salty, bro. You mad, bro? You mad, bro?
You're camping. If you know where I am, throw something.
I love that.
I am in a literal corner.
I would just camp the whole time and just shoot whoever runs by and hear them get all pissy, and then I go the entire time.
It's my dad. My dad was in the military, so basically, whenever he would play gun games, just any kind, he would always get to a high vantage point.
Yeah.
And he'd snipe things. And I thought that was cool as shit. So
Yeah.
I did that, and it was just like,
boom, boom, boom.
huh. Well, if you, a man drinking monster in a gamer chair in your parents' basement, are calling me the problem, and that I would never survive in a wartime state, you'd be right, but.
Look at the kill streak. Look who's winning and who's losing. Exactly. Shut up.
I am successful.
So my next question, moving away from content now, is I mentioned before that you are our first professional voice actor on the show. First one. Thank you again, by the way. So tell me, well, you explained what motivated you to go into voice acting, but tell us what you did to prepare for that. What equipment you got, what software you got. For anyone watching, what would you advise for them to go down this voice acting career?
So there are 3 major fundamentals that you, just as an actor, you need to understand. So 1, you need to not be everything. You're gonna say shit that's embarrassing. You're gonna act out things that are embarrassing. Even as a voice actor, you are going to be behind the mic.
Yeah.
You're gonna be weird, all right?
Yeah.
Your director's gonna look at you and be just like, it's gonna be weird. But it's fine, because you need to embrace the cringe, all right? If you embrace the cringe and the embarrassment, then at that point, you've succeeded, all right? In one way or another.
Yeah.
2, you are always learning as an actor.
Yes.
There is no I've mastered acting. No, there's not. You're always learning. Something that you thought you were good at. Oh, I'm good at pretending to be angry. No, you're not. Keep trying.
Yes.
Keep getting better. Because there's always a different way to be angry. Always. Or sad. And in terms of when it comes to voice acting and just acting in general, because voice acting is about 80-90% acting and 20 to 10% of actual voice.
Yeah.
You can be a voice actor with just one voice as long as you have control over that voice. As long as you can act, you're fine.
Yeah.
Some people are looking for a specific kind of voice, but for the most part, you just have to be a good actor. For the love of God, learn to act. Take acting classes.
Yeah.
That's what I did. And understanding that you are simultaneously your character and not your character. And what I mean by that is you need to become your character to act as them. But also, you are not your character in the sense of, just because you are acting as somebody who is a terrible person does not mean that you are a terrible person.
Yeah.
So if what's an example? A common one is the actress whose name I cannot remember for the life of me right now, who played Professor Umbridge in Harry Potter. Everybody sees her, and their immediate response is, "Ah, bitch!" Okay? Because they remember how she acted in Harry Potter, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Okay? She's a fantastic actress because that character is awful. You are supposed to hate her.
Yeah.
And she acted in such a way to make you hate her. But just because you act as a character doesn't mean that you are a character. And making sure that you're able to distinguish between the two as a person, as who you are, is very important. Because, yeah, there's going to be people in this world who are going to hate you because you played a role of a character who they hate. Because that character is designed to be hated.
Yeah.
And you as a person are, in fact, a swell person half the time.
For sure, yeah.
You don't park in handicap spots. You're not awful. But what really got me started, after understanding those fundamentals, an important part is just doing it. A lot of people, myself included, right? I think this happens to just about everybody in every stage of life, no matter what they're doing. And that is getting caught up on being afraid of failure. And essentially, as the saying goes, every audition you do not make is guaranteeing that you don't get a part. You have to try. You just have to.
Yeah.
I, before I, did some of the things that actually, before I went full on professional in the sense of actually got certain gigs and things of that nature, like Chirithy, I auditioned for Strelitzia. I auditioned for Chirithy because I thought nobody really is going to try to do this voice. And I had just finished watching Beastars.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, Legoshi. The voice got stuck in my head. And I was like, let me just give this a shot, for funsies. I'll probably not get it. They'll probably listen to it and be like, oh, God, why? But I did it anyway. And surprisingly enough, for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I was selected for Chirithy, which was mind-blowing, because when I got that email, I sat there for a second, I was like, no. That wasn't serious. I tried. I did try. I tried. But, I tried in the sense of, God, I'm gonna fail this, but I still tried.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is getting past, not just in acting, but anything that you do, is going, yeah, I can fail here, but I'd rather fail and get the experience than sit here and letting my voice get cold, So,
proud of
that's, I actually started, my very first mic was this one.
Okay.
This is a $60 fee fine T669.
Okay.
When I bought it, it was like $80 or $90 years ago.
Okay.
I still have it. It is not my professional mic now. I have one in a closet over there that is fully decked out to be studio level.
Wow, that's cool.
It is a tiny closet, but goddamn does it work good.
Yes, a lot of people record in their closet, actually, a lot.
Yeah, most people, it's not uncommon.
Yeah.
And I started by having my mic out and putting a very, 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 very thick blanket over my head. And when I would come out from underneath that thing, I was drenched in sweat.
Yeah. I feel that, yeah.
So yeah, just do it. Try.
Be like Shia LaBeouf and just do it, pretty much.
Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow.
But not today, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! You love that. So tell them, was Chirithy like your first, role, or did you have any, pro roles before that?
I would say Chirithy was my very first big role. I had small pieces as background characters and pieces of content that I was hired on for, but funding disappeared, and that happens a lot more often than you think.
Yeah.
Where something, they get ready to do something, and it just falls right over, and it sucks. I still got paid, so it's fine, but, but, I would say Chirithy was simultaneously the kick in the ass that I needed to keep going and know that I can do things. And the first thing that really was like, hey, this is serious.
Yeah.
You've got this. And it was like, okay, I got this.
I believe in you. I believe in you, friend.
I believe in me too sometimes.
So, now in terms of future projects, are there any project that you're working on now that you're allowed to talk about that you can announce here or tell us about?
No, I am under a lot of NDAs.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I was going down the list. It's just like, no. We signed a lot of things for that. I'd rather die than
Gotcha.
fuck that up.
Well, whatever it is you're working on, I know you're going to bring it 120% of your energy and stuff. So whatever you're working on, I know you're going to knock it out of the park. So
Yeah,
I look forward to that for sure. So one more thing before we move on to the next topic. Could I, by any chance, talk to Cheerthy?
Oh my god, you can!
Yay! So I'm gonna like close my eyes and just visualize Cheerthy right in front of me. So, hi.
Wait, I got this, hold up!
Perfect. Hi, Cheerthy. What's up?
Not much. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to say real quick, like, I'm a big fan of you. I sort of told me how nice you've been to him, and I saw how you got reunited with Ventus. So it's just like, what have you and Ventus been doing after Kingdom Hearts 3 has ended?
We've spent a whole lot of time together, mostly at the beach, but then he decided to go to the realm of darkness with his friends. They're looking for a couple of people. I
Gotcha.
can't exactly go with him, but I'm
Gotcha.
still waiting for him to come back. For now, I think I'll just stick by Kyrie's side.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I would like to, I'm just glad that I have something to look forward to whenever I cross that road, if you know what I mean, and see you up there with all the hearts around us and the 1 inch 1 inch of water around us, so we can just like chill and hang out, because honestly, you are one of my favorite characters in Kingdom Hearts, because I love you are so cute and you are so funny and just so wholesome, and it is an honor to just even have you on the show. So Cheerthy, thank you just for being awesome and being like one of our most wholesome guests on the show. Thank you.
You don't have to be so kind to me. I'm just your friendly neighborhood Cheerthy.
Love that. So it's funny because we have our guest Nyx here also. What do you think of Mistress Nyx?
She's cringe.
Gotcha. Well, it's nice seeing you again, Cheerthy, and say hi to Ben next time you see him. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And there you have it, folks. We have the one and only Cheerthy on the show. Love that. Thank you for that. Nyx. Thank you for that. That's going.
I want you to know, I've never puppeteered her before in that way, and
you did so well.
I'm so that was a gift from my grandmother when for my 20. Oh God, was it my 24th or 25th birthday? I don't remember. It means so much to me. It was right after the part 1 came out for the fandom, and she dedicated my entire next birthday to Cheerthy, and it was like, my Mimi gets me.
Thank you, Mimi Nyx. Best Mimi of all for sure.
Oh, you should call her Mimi. She's everybody's Mimi. She's the best.
Gotcha. Well,
for
her,
I have great parents. There's only one set of parents one parent better than my parents, and that is my Mimi. And that is only because she takes care of my parents.
Well, shout out to Mimi. That is so cool of you to do that. So now we're gonna get into the first topic of the show. Let's talk about Super Smash Brothers. Shall we? And there's a reason why. There's a reason why too. Love that. tell us, Nyx, well, who is your, when you do play Smash Bros, who is your main in the smashing of the bros?
So it depends on which stage of my life I was in. When I first started playing, I started playing Melee.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed playing Kirby. And I enjoyed playing Kirby for the wrong reasons, but the best reasons. So my brothers, I have 3 older brothers, and all of them are superior. You know, when I was young, were all superior at fighting games than I was, and they knew they would duke it out, and I would sit. You know, we our favorite map was Temple.
Yeah.
And I would sit up on the edge, minding my own business essentially, and I would play Kirby. At the time, it didn't have a name until my brother, ironically, my eldest brother had mentioned it. I would consume somebody near the edge, and then promptly leap off the cliff. And by the time they were able to escape my body, they would not be able to get to safety. And because Kirby has jump for days, I would be able to survive, and they would perish. And my brothers so lovingly call it, "Could you stop playing Suicide Kirby?"
That's actually a pretty clever strat. I like that.
It was glorious.
That's hilarious.
I don't think it works now, but God, it was so great. I loved playing that. But that was at the time where people weren't as great at the game yet.
Yeah.
At least my brothers weren't.
Gotcha.
Now everybody's good at it.
Gotcha. So tell me, like, in terms of in terms of reveal trailers, besides Sora, what is some of your favorite and least favorite Smash Bros. Reveal trailer?
Sephiroth was peak.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, but seeing, like, freaking Mario stab through, and I'm like,
what?
And then it's just like, I was like, damn it! I don't like Mario all that much, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm a Luigi fan.
Nice.
But I loved watching his intro. The one that I didn't think was all that great, I didn't really vibe all that well with Steve.
Oh my God, me too! Me too! The exact same fix.
So, and I guess the reason why I didn't enjoy it is, while I love Minecraft, right? I love it a ton. I feel like aspects of how he plays is meh.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel like the fighter. He doesn't feel like somebody who belongs in a fighting game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like, I remember going live here on Twitch around 9 a.m. I'm like half asleep. I go live and the video plays, and I'm like, oh my God, is it Sora? Because Mario is in darkness. But then we see Steve, and I'm like, what? I turn the stream off and I go to bed. Because, like, I'm not a Minecraft fan at all. So I
push your hands on the desk and just push back. You're like, okay, I'm done.
Exactly, yeah, pretty much. But I do acknowledge that it did break the internet, because Minecraft is.
And I'm happy that there are people out there who genuinely love it.
Yeah.
It's not for me, and
that's
kind of where I sit with a lot of things. If it's not problematic, and I dislike it, it's just one of those. Oh yeah, that's just not for me. Yeah. I personally also didn't enjoy. I can't remember. It was
one of the Fire Emblem characters.
No, Fire Emblem characters are great. I've never played Fire Emblem, but they're just fun in general. I can't remember. It's the one with the arms.
It is God. Why am I blanking on her name? But yeah, the stretchy ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no interest in that character.
Min.
But somebody out there loves her, so. That's great. Have a field day. Have fun. I'm gonna play my Kirby, Peach, and Pikachu, and occasionally, when I'm feeling really spicy, I might play Cloud.
Nice. For
having Cloud, Sora, and Sephiroth all in the same game.
The Nomura pack.
It was like,
love it.
So happy.
Yeah, because honestly, when Sephiroth got in, I'm like, yeah, I don't think Sora's getting in now. And we have
Yeah,
Cloud
we're
and
like,
Sephiroth,
ah,
we're
poop.
good, yeah. And honestly, like, my third favorite would have to be Banjo-Kazooie. That, as a Nintendo 64 like person, like when seeing Banjo on Nintendo, I was like, yes! It brought
See,
all those memories
I
back.
have no interest.
That's
But
fine.
somebody loves it. And
Yeah.
that brings me joy.
Yeah.
Knowing that somebody is playing a character out there that brings them joy.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, you play Ganondorf. Then please, and I say this with complete and total genuine thought, stop.
I feel that for sure.
Haunted by Ganondorf players.
So let's talk about the big elephant in the room. Let's talk about Sora and Smash Bros. Where were you when they announced Sora for Smash? Were you recording your reaction? Were you live on Twitch? Like, what was that moment for you?
I was attending college. I remember I walked out into the main hall and went, like, right around the time he was announced. Everybody flipped out. They're like, "Oh, Sora's in Smash!" And I was just like, damn. It was almost like it was weird because in that section of the school or the campus, you'll have to mind, I was homeschooled my entire life.
Yeah.
From 3rd grade onward, I was homeschooled, so
right.
I refer to everything in weird ways.
Yeah.
When the Queen died, everything got really, really loud, and everybody was like, "No way!"
Yeah.
It was louder when Sora got announced, which is weird. Because we had an entire gameplay area, and they were watching the stream. And I, at the time, was just studying and just chilling, trying to do my thing, and they're just like, "Whoa," because at that point, I had given up on Sora being in Smash. And It was just like, if he ends up in Smash, great. But I have schoolwork to focus on, so I'm gonna put that on the back burner and focus on what I need to right now.
Yeah.
And I went home, and I waited for my eldest brother to get home. I was like, dude, did you hear it? He goes, yeah, Sora's in Smash. I was like, hey, did you watch the trailer yet? And he's just like, no, I waited. And then we watched it. It was fantastic. And we were like, yeah! We were happy. It was a good time.
I'm glad you mentioned, like, at that point you were just indifferent about Sora being in Smash Bros. I was part of that, like, Sora for Smash crowd on Twitter. But for some reason, out of all the characters, all of the people came out of the woodwork to say, no, Sora's never getting in, blah, blah, blah. Why do you think that it was like people had a hard time accepting the fact that it's possible for Sora to get into the game?
I think because a lot of people, they have different wishes. So
Yeah.
it's like a contrast of where I sit on things, whether I'm like, yeah, I don't really vibe with that character, but somebody loves them. Woo, great. I'm a little disappointed that my character didn't make it in, but oh well, at least somebody is happy.
Yeah.
There's some people who exist in this world who, if they don't get what they want, at that point, they haven't reached the maturity level to be just like, okay, well, oh well, back it up. I was disappointed a lot of times when Sora wasn't announced, and then when he was announced, it was like, woo!
For sure, yeah. I screamed. That was probably the loudest I screamed in my life. Like, I fell to my knees, took my shirt off, arms in the air, and I screamed, yeah, at the top of my lungs. And honestly, when Mario stepped off the platform and it turns into dust, I'm like, that's Kingdom Hearts dust. I'm like, it's Sora.
I recognize that animation. That's dust.
Yeah, it even made the same dust sound that the Kingdom Hearts logo makes. I'm like, this Kingdom Hearts? And when you see the Mickey Mouse symbol, I'm like, it's Sora. And to this day, bro, I play Smash Bros. And I'm like, Sora's actually in this game. Wow. And it turns out it was Nomura that was hesitant. Disney was like, no, go ahead. But Nomura's like, I don't know. It was the reverse of it, which is just so crazy to me.
It was nice. I still think that even out of all of them, in terms of nostalgia purposes, I think Brawl is probably my favorite, but
Okay.
Ultimate really, really fun. Ultimate, having all the characters available is really, really, really great. It's just that everybody has it's gotten so popular, and because it's popular, people have learned to play properly, and they're so good at it now. Like, the average is like miles better than I am. So I just sit here and I'm like, cool. I can't do shit. I can't. I'm gonna play Pikachu and duck dive roll, duck dive roll.
Same here. It's funny because but Brawl gets a lot of hate, but I love Brawl because it introduced the Smash Brawl to the game, so I will forever love it. And plus, that's the first game that we saw Mario and Sonic in the same game. I remember back in the day, I'm like, Sonic's in this game? What? Snake's in this game? What? Like, that
Mario,
trailer
Sonic,
is so legendary to this day. So, my last question for Smash Bros. Is, Nyx, if you could pick one gaming character to be in the next Smash Bros. Game, no question asked, who would it be and why?
A gaming character?
Yeah, because I believe that's the rule for Smash Bros. They have to originate from a video game. That's why Shrek or Goku can't be in the game.
I am thankful for that, honestly, because I'm gonna say something controversial.
Go ahead.
I don't like Dragon Ball as a series unless it's the abridged. The abridged is fantastic.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. It's fine.
Gosh, if I'm completely honest, probably a Dark Souls character.
Okay. I like that.
Like that would be so cool to just invite that stage of people, and there's so much you could run with it. And we have all of these complex things that exist for like Steve, because I think Steve is one of the more complicated characters to play, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. If they could have Steve, they could figure some wild shit out for a Dark Souls character.
Yeah.
Right? Or just any Souls-like thing of that nature. And if not that, an obvious choice would be Kratos.
Nice. That is my pick. I was gonna say, like, if I could pick one more character, Kratos.
I watched a little bit of my brother playing the God of War. It's the one where I can't remember which one is the one where it's where he first has his son.
I call it God of War 4.
Okay, so I watched part of that, and my brother has told me the general story of the God of War series up into that point. I wouldn't necessarily say that I am a fan of it in the aspect of I do enjoy what I've seen thus far.
Yeah.
But I'm not like a super fan of it. But I know a lot of people would love it, and I already have Sora. Now, if I'm any day of the week, I would pick Riku, but I think that's greedy. And I think that even though we have like 6 Fire Emblem characters, and it wouldn't be too greedy, there are people who want Kratos, and that would just it would be fair.
Yeah, and besides Kratos, I think Crash Bandicoot would also be pretty awesome. Crash Bandicoot.
Didn't even think about that.
Crash Bandicoot and Spyro and Rayman. Rayman would also be pretty awesome.
Spyro would be great.
Yeah, but I think Crash Bandicoot and also I want another Sonic rep in the game. Like, why is it only Sonic? I want Knuckles.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Bring me Shadow the Hedgehog.
I agree. Like, I Knuckles would be perfect. Maybe even Dr. Eggman.
Shadow.
Agreed.
It has to be Shadow. If it's anything other than Shadow, I will cry.
I mean, would you want him to play the same?
Huh?
Would you want him to play the same as Sonic or play a bit more aggressively?
He has to play like Shadow does.
Yeah. More.
Give that man a gun.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Go from E to M, please. That'd be hilarious.
These hands are rated E for everyone.
Exactly. So, moving away from Smash Bros. Now, the reason why I brought up Sora because now we're going to talk about a topic that we are all very familiar with. Let's talk about Kingdom Hearts.
What? I love Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, yes indeed. Okay, Mistress Nix, tell me about your first impression when you saw Kingdom Hearts on your TV screen for the very first time. Tell me.
So, it's actually pretty vivid in my head.
All right.
It was after we had a house fire.
Ooh.
We were renting in a big 2-story house. And I was 3. My brother was playing Kingdom Hearts. I believe he was still... I can't remember if at the time he was still stuck on Destiny Islands or if he was inside Monstro. I remember Monstro, but I could be, Monstro kind of is like a pipe dream. No, not a pipe dream. What is the phrasing? It's as if you're high. I wouldn't know what that's like, but that's what I imagine like it's like, alright? That's how it's always depicted.
Yeah.
I sitting on the arm of the couch watching him play on the floor, and we may or may not have been throwing baloney onto the ceiling.
Whoa.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. But I remember him playing, and it was great, and I loved watching him play then. And I have watched him play every single game except for... Well, that's not true. I did watch him play Birth by Sleep when it came out, on computer. But that's different. Because when we actually got Birth by Sleep, my eldest brother and my second brother and I, for Christmas, we all got PSPs and Kingdom Hearts, and we played as a trio. My eldest brother was Ventus, I was Aqua, and my second brother was Terra, and it was
awesome.
Great. We went to the arena all the time, and it was so much fun. An online Kingdom Hearts game would go so hard.
Yes,
so
for
hard.
real.
We also played Days on LAN. That was also a lot of fun. Good times.
Very good times, yeah. So in terms of are those all the games you played up until that point, or all the games before?
So I started officially playing the games on my own, just to experience them, because as you age, when you're playing something, when you're watching somebody play something when you're young, it's like, cool, pretty colors. And then when you're 12, you're like, oh, wait, I actually understand the concept of this. Now I need to play this.
Yeah.
So when I was around 12 or 13, I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. And I had just, because my brother around Christmas time that year was just starting to play Rechain of Memories again. So I watched him play Rechain of Memories. Then I begged my mom, because I just gotten my very first DS, and
nice.
I begged my mom to let me to buy me 358.
Nice.
And I was like, please, I'll do dishes for 2 months. And I did those dishes. I did those dishes so hard.
Hell yeah, man.
And I got that game, and I played it, and it was great. And then there was Birth by Sleep, and then the actual the mobile game came out, and I started playing that with my brother. And pretty much I've played all of them except for 0.2, which is a crime because I love Aqua so much.
I love Aqua.
And I haven't played 3 because when 3 came out, I went to my brother's apartment and stayed over the week with my third brother, and we watched him play it on release.
Cool.
And that was awesome. That was a great time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Kingdom Hearts 4 came out, and then there was Joy.
Oh, that was a bootleg.
Right?
That was a bootleg copy of 4.
Right?
Yeah. That's actually my next question is what was the wait for 3 like for you?
The wait for 3 wasn't too bad because during that time, there's a lot of stuff that we could play in the meantime. There was lots
Yeah.
of lore that was coming. This has been so dry and difficult, and my brother and I are living in constant fear that it's going to be canceled in one way or another. But we're hopeful,
Yeah.
obviously. But
Yeah.
with how things have been in the gaming community and
Yeah.
just in general for things, we just sit here and we're like,
Oh,
it's
please.
getting worse.
So
But we're trying.
did you well, yeah, what are your thoughts on vanilla Kingdom Hearts 3 before the Remind DLC? Like, did you enjoy the game? Did you think it was do you think it lived up to the hype?
Yes.
Nice.
A lot of people have their opinions on there's too much Disney World. So there's a lot of things that don't make sense to the story, like why did we even go to Frozen? You know, things that's the aspect. Not everything can be perfect. I understand that.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm completely honest, the Frozen world wasn't all that different from Deep Jungle and in Kingdom Hearts 1. You end up going up and down and up and down and up and down and
Yeah.
freaking crazy. So it's not necessarily anything that's too bad. The Disney worlds still do provide aspects of things that you can make connections to.
Yeah.
So I don't think that having them was problematic in any way. And even if they were complete, basically word for words of a movie, they still had an impact on Sora and what was happening to him and his group. And storytelling wise, they had purpose. And if you take those away, there are little things, there are little dots that you connected from one piece of information from another that happened because of this little itty bitty 3-second audio clip from Zigbar in Hercules or in Thebes. And there's another one that you get from this little itty bitty snippet of information that you get from Monsters Incorporated.
Yeah.
And it's like those little things helped you make the connection, and it's really easy for you to forget what caused those two things to connect when you already have the line that connects them. You're like, oh, well, this obviously makes sense, duh, but you don't know how you got there.
Yeah.
You forgot how you mathed.
For sure, yeah. I loved it when I loved Vanilla 3. Like, I will never forget popping the game in. Hell, even being in my car, going to the midnight launch and holding the game in my hand. I'm just like, I've been waiting for this game since 2006. It is in my hand now. What? I'll never forget that moment, and popping the game into my Kingdom Hearts 3 PS4 Pro, popping the game in, and seeing the title screen just pop up on my TV screen, and I'm just sitting there for 10 minutes just crying. I'm like, this is the moment, man. I've been waiting for this moment since high school, and it's here. Ah! You know what I mean?
Here.
Like then I played through the whole game, and even though it's not a perfect game, I have my issues with it, but overall, I loved it. Overall.
Yeah. I don't remember what year Days came out, but or not Days. Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah.
My wait started at Dream Drop Distance.
Gotcha.
Because once I unlocked the secret ending, it was like the Sora and Riku walking, and there's the 3, and you're like,
yeah.
what's happening next? And then
Yeah.
we had 0.2 and 2.8 and 3, 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 9. All the
Days,
different
yeah.
numbers that Nomura was throwing at us.
Name generator, yeah.
There wasn't really that much of a wait for me in that aspect of things because there was so much content that we could absorb, and now we don't have that.
We were gonna have one, but now it's still missing.
Nope.
Aw.
Talk about it. I'm still not over its loss.
But let me ask you this though. Now, I love the game, but unfortunately, Kingdom Hearts 3 split the community in half. Some liked it and some hated it. I remember one guy filming a video throwing the game away in the trash. I'm like, bro, it's not that bad. Come on. Why do you think like a good chunk of people did not, even to this day, still don't like Kingdom Hearts 3?
psychology, and it is simple this is genuinely as simple as saying, cool. If you were like a casual player, all right, and you didn't play what most people refer to as the side games, they're not side games in my book. Okay,
Yeah.
they are pivotal to the story.
Yes.
You cannot understand what is happening in half of these games if you don't play the other games.
Yeah.
That is just a fact.
Yes.
All right, you can make educated guesses, sure, but they're shit, and you literally have to be handed a lot of questions, and you probably look things up. You're like, oh, what does this happen? Oh, well, because in days. I think what it is that a lot of people, when they were playing, they were early teens. They haven't become bitter adults yet. And it's not because they chose to become bitter on certain aspects, is that life is difficult.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of whimsy and joy that exists in the world when you're a kid. And when you're playing those games, it's like a safe space to escape to. 3 was a very dark game.
It was, yeah.
Okay. I don't think people understand. Yeah, there was lots of reuniting and things of that nature, but there was a lot of death. Okay, there was a lot of, like, raw emotion in there that a lot of people had to confront, you know, and you make connections to your own life to video games all the time. When you play games that are emotionally invested. When I played Journey, I thought about my dad. Love my dad to pieces.
Yeah.
When you play Kingdom Hearts, you make those same connections. And I think a lot of people, they got older, and their views on things and their emotions, things happened in their life, and they had to confront probably a lot of things, or they just became bitter, and it doesn't hold they were upset that it didn't hold the same whimsy it gave them when they were younger. It's like when I was a kid, one of my favorite games to play was Candyland.
Yeah.
If you put Candyland in front of me now, I would punch you in the throat. It's boring. All right? You age, you grow up.
Yeah.
You do things, and things change. And a lot of people, they expect things to stay the same, and they get upset when things are the same, but they hate when it changes.
Yeah.
And Kingdom Hearts had to change for 3.
Mm-hmm.
Things came to head at 3.
Yeah.
Things that were buried for a long time came to head. And a lot of people just weren't ready for it. I'm gonna be honest.
I agree.
They just weren't.
I agree. It's, I think what it boils down to is a lot of people was expecting Kingdom Hearts 2, but the final mix, but they got 3 instead. It's like, I feel like a lot of people who were actually really mad have only played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Pretty much. There was a point in time where I was one of those assholes where I'm like, if it's not 3, I don't want it. I remember when Dream Drop Distance Birth by Sleep was announced, and I'm like, I don't care, I just want 3. You know, but then
and Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep ended up being absolutely phenomenal games.
I agree.
With
I
so
love
much
them.
story.
I love them, yeah. But I gotta tell you though, when Remind came out, Nyx, it fixed every single issue I had with Vanilla 3 to a point now where Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind is my favorite game in the series. It's that good. How about you though? Did Remind fix all of your issues too?
I didn't have a whole awful lot of issues with 3,
Okay.
if I'm completely
Okay.
honest. If anything, because I understand how how people go into writing things, as an actor, you read things. You find out how things are written.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just like, cool. There were a lot of questions that I had, and some of them were answered in Remind, and then a lot more were piled on top. I was like, great! I'll wait for the next game.
Yep.
Which never happened.
I mean, there was Melody of Memory.
You didn't answer any of my questions.
Gotcha.
What's in the box?
Exactly. Exactly. What's in the box? I think my game theory is that Sephiroth is in the box. That's why he's not a secret boss in Kingdom Hearts 3. There you go.
Then why would it be in the other games if he was still in the box the entire time?
Because Nomura didn't think that far in advance.
No, you cannot convince me that Nomura did not, like, it's just like, oh, let me just connect these let me just throw some shit out, and then I'll connect it later. You don't get things this complex by doing that and have it link up so well.
Wow, that is a genius of Nomura, for real. So moving away from Kingdom Hearts 3, Nyx, when the fuck is Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out?
Eventually!
Like,
I would say my best guess, 2029.
gotcha. You know what? That's actually pretty feasible because at first for me it was going to be 2028 because next year is the 25th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts and the 30th anniversary of FF7. So I'm 99% sure that 7 Remake Part 3 comes out next year. And then
I have a theory.
Yeah.
My theory is that I lost my train of thought. Continue.
It's fine. It's fine because I think Part 3 will come out next year, and they'll promote Kingdom Hearts 4 throughout all of 2027. Oh no, I'm sorry. And then for next year, the year after, in 2028 is when the game will come out. Or I feel like they'll spend all of 2028 promoting for a 2029 release. I think.
I remember my theory. My theory is that the reason why 4 is taking so long is because they made the some type of cost-efficient idea to get rid of Missing Link and combine the aspects of Missing Link that are important into 4.
Okay. I like
and
that.
that's why it's taking so long. That is that. Welcome to Nyx's coping hour.
Facts. Honestly, I'm not that upset because as someone who's been waiting 13 years for 3, I don't mind waiting 6 years for a 4 or more, whatever. It's fine. Now, what Disney worlds would you love to see in Kingdom Hearts 4?
Atlantis, Treasure Planet.
Yes.
There are a couple more that I can't think of off the top of my head.
Honestly,
for the life of me.
Honestly, you picked all the ones that I want.
I think a lot of people want them, and I think that's a big part of it. That it's one of those. They're good worlds, and they should be there.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Yeah.
I do know what worlds I don't want to see.
Let me think. Pirates.
I don't mind. I think we've gone through enough pirate stuff, but I wouldn't necessarily mind if it was in there again. What I do mind, I don't. I'm gonna say something controversial.
Say it.
As much as I enjoy it, I don't want to see Star Wars. I don't.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having Darth Vader as a secret boss. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't. The entire story of what the lessons that Sora could learn from the Star Wars universe is something that he's already been through like 3 or 4 times before.
True.
So it would feel, and he's learned them in different ways. So this would be just a staple of, oh, well, we've been through this.
Yeah.
A lot. And there are aspects where it would be cool to, where Sora's sitting in the background, like, fighting off Heartless and stuff, and Vader is telling Luke that he's his father, and Sora's like, what? And then, gets absolutely clobbered or something. Yeah. That would be funny, but I don't...
Yeah.
I don't see the purpose.
Yeah.
Unless... I would accept it if the person who is visiting that world and running the story on it is Riku.
I like that.
Because there's a lesson there that Riku can learn.
I like that actually.
But only Riku could learn it.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of weird if Sora was there. You'd be like, why? Why? But yeah, that's where I sit on that.
Okay. You know what? I like that because seeing Riku in the game would actually make more sense. Yeah, you're right. Man, that's.
I want a Riku game, damn it! I mean,
yeah,
what?
I would love that too. I would love to see the voice actor of Riku play that live on Twitch too. Yeah, love you, Grayman. So like, how many trailers do you plan on watching for Kingdom Hearts 4? Because none. Okay, I mean, because I'm gonna watch 3 more and that's it. Because as you know, they spoiled the fuck out of the Kingdom Hearts 3 with them goddamn trailers. Like 98% of the game they spoiled.
I wouldn't necessarily say it was. I mean, yes, it was. Okay. And I think that is because they were also trying to sell it as a standalone game.
Yeah.
And I think that was the problem. If they had kept to what they usually did, it would have been so much greater. But no, they have to sell to new people. Don't they know that I'm willing to buy their game at least 6 more times?
Facts. Yeah, I feel like that's also a big reason why a lot of people did not like 3, because if you've seen every single trailer, you know everything but the ending. So there's not really a surprise anymore. You know, yeah. After the Dark Aqua reveal trailer, I stopped watching trailers, and I'm so glad I did. Because a lot of the things that happened towards the end was a legit surprise for me.
Yeah. We watched the trailers as they came out and things of that nature. And my brother and I came to the conclusion that because we have so many theories that we've crafted over the years,
yeah,
if we get any tidbits on certain things that would go, oh, well, that's what that leads down this theory, this is what's gonna happen, it just ruins it. So I think we're probably gonna be like, cool, good to know that there's news, we'll collect news and that's it. It'll be like, oh, cool, there's this really great trailer and they let you know it's coming out summer of 2029. I'll be like, cool, thanks, trailer was great. No, don't talk to me. I needed a date. That's it. All right.
That's all. I like that. Well,
you may go.
Surprisingly, Nix, it's already been over an hour and 20 minutes, so I'll try and wrap this up here soon. I want to talk about 7 Remake. So I know you're also a big FF7 fan. So like, and how did you enjoy 7 Remake and Rebirth?
Okay, so all right. Another games that I watched my brother play.
Yeah.
We actually haven't gotten to Rebirth yet.
Gotcha.
I watched him before we moved here. Literally right before we moved. I watched him play 7, Crisis Core, and I can't remember how they say it. It's the one for Yuffie.
The DLC for Yuffie, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. Is part 3 is Rebirth.
Part 2 is remake and Rebirth. The third game we don't know what it's called.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, I watched him play those and I am loving the storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Loving it.
I did not play the original 7.
That's fine.
I didn't, right? But watching the remake of it has been such a great experience, and I truly believe that it is a masterpiece and deserves all the awards.
It does, yeah.
Especially for, and as somebody in this field, the voice acting is phenomenal.
It's so good.
Absolutely phenomenal. I am tickled pink by all the work that went into it. I applaud those audio engineers for getting the mixes right for both sound and voice.
Yeah.
Because half the time when you're playing a game, you're like, what did he say? He said that. And that's why we have subtitles.
Gotcha. Yeah, I actually played 7 Remake before playing OG 7, and I 7 Remake is what turned me into a Final Fantasy fan. Before that, I played 15 and I loved it, and then I played 16 and I loved it even more. And to prepare for Rebirth, I went back and played all of OG 7. Because there were so many Easter eggs and references in 7 Remake that went over my head. And I didn't want that for Rebirth, and I played it, and it was actually really good. Loved it. I even had the voice of Zack on my show, Caleb Pierce.
Dude, that is so fucking cool.
Because Zack is my favorite FF character ever. I love him. And to have him on my show, love you, Caleb.
Loved Crisis Core.
Me too. Me too. I played Remake too, yeah.
Hearing... or just his Zack's character.
Yeah.
The watching both characters and how they went about things, you know, Axel. Brain, please. Cloud and Zack and Jill and Sephiroth and I cannot for the life of me remember the other guy's name.
Who?
He's one of the 3. It's Angeal, Sephiroth, and... is it Valentine?
Genos?
Genos?
No, I don't think... You're talking about the guy who's always doing poetry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Chad to let us know, but I'm drawing a blank too.
I could have swore it had something to do with Valentine.
Oh, yeah, that's the vampire. Yeah, but his last name is Valentine.
I don't remember. I can't remember this. Anyway, that fight that the 3 of them had, okay? Yeah. That was so fucking cool.
Fan service, right? I love it.
Peak.
Well, you know nothing about Rebirth, right?
Nothing.
Keep it that way because, man, I am so glad. There was one thing that got spoiled for me. And it made me sad, but it is I love it because people are complaining that it makes no sense. I'm like, I don't care that it doesn't make sense. It's so cool, pretty much.
I don't care about your laws of physics.
I just want I love fan service. But moving
All
away,
I know about the difference is that they have changed storylines a little bit from the original, and I'm okay with that because it's a remake.
Me too. Yeah, it's like let them have fun. I don't mind things being a bit different because I don't want it to be exactly the same. I want to be surprised.
Exactly.
Because then it gets boring because I know what's happening.
Difference.
I want to be like surprised. But moving away from that, the last topic we are going to talk about is reconnect, and because that's how we met. Yup, show us that awesome shirt of yours. Yeah, reconnect. You love to see it. Perfect. Oh, yes. I love it. Because that's actually where you and I met and led to this.
It is.
Yeah. And...
God. Years ago.
2023 when we were so young. So basically... what was Reconnect 2023 like for you?
It was terrifying in the best way. So, again, I still at that point had some anxiety, and I had never gone to a convention of, you know, people that I knew per se, and that it was important to me. And I almost didn't go, but then my brother was just like, this Reconnect event, it's gonna be here, and he chatted about it, and I was like, the last time I went to an event, a Kingdom Hearts related event with my brother, was the World of Trace Orchestra, which is where that poster is from.
Cool.
And I also have a shirt that I did almost wear today that is also from there. But we had a great time. And nice. I always have my anxieties about things, but my eldest brother gets me. He understands what it's like, and he has been a massive force in my life in getting over things like that, and being there with me to bring me that sense of security and comfort to go out of my shell. And he was just like, let's go. And I was just like, okay. And I was terrified.
Mm-hmm.
Like the moment he got the tickets, I like was panicking because it's like, oh, what if I can't go because I end up freaking out? And I was just like, I'll go anyway, and I'll just stay in my room. And so what if I end up stuck in the bathroom throwing up constantly? Who cares? At least I went. And my brother was like, I want to do a costume while I'm there. And I was just like, he had never asked to do something like that before. And we started brainstorming. And I was like, okay, what do you want to do? And he's just like, well, because I'm on the bigger side. And I was like, okay. So we thought we'd be like guard armor and with large body and the guardian, we were just like, okay, well, what are some ideas, things that we could go on? And we decided on doing guard armor. And I spent the next 2 months after we got the tickets building guard armor from scratch. He paid for everything and I made it. And he looked so cool. And it was my very first armor piece and very first like official homemade costume instance of like everything was from scratch. And I am so proud of it and its existence. And the entire time I was making it, I was so distracted on building it that I didn't have time to focus on the fact that I was panicking.
Wow.
A couple days before, I had finished it maybe 2 or 3 days beforehand. And it was just like, okay, let's just not think about this. And I kept doing like final touches, things to, just keep me sorted. And then we went and I had so much fun and I hardly had any anxiety while I was there.
I'm proud of you.
I was so shocked because normally I'm a nervous wreck. But we went and we had such a great time. And I'm so proud of him of getting up on that stage in that armor suit and
So
getting
cool.
down. And like, I know he was nervous too. And like, he was so cool about it. And
Yeah.
I really look up to him. He is like, he's a force to be reckoned with when he puts his mind to
facts.
things.
So whatever happened to that cosplay? Is it in your closet or something? Like what happened to all that work you did?
So, afterwards, we had to put it in storage.
Mm-hmm.
And storage had a leak, got on it, and it kind of scuffed a lot of things, and it was like, let's be honest, all right? And we kind of like looked at it, it's like, let's be honest here. We're never really gonna wear this again. And if we did, all right, with the experience that I've gotten, all right, I'd make a better one, honestly.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's just chuck it.
Gotcha.
So we did.
So someone out there is they saw your armor and they're like, what the fuck is this? Pretty much.
What the fuck is in my trash can?
And who made this by hand?
Who painted this? It's terrible. They used Mod Podge. That's a glue.
So my last question, and can you confirm or deny that you will be attending the last Reconnect next year?
I can neither confirm nor deny such things.
Gotcha. But would you like to go to next year?
I don't know. It all depends on how life goes.
Gotcha.
Things can happen unexpectedly.
That's true.
I am hopeful, but also life happens, so I'm not making any promises.
Gotcha. It'd be an honor to hang out with you again.
If anything, I'm very unsociable in person. I'm loud. Nobody wants to be around me for extended
We're all
periods of
loud.
time.
At the last Reconnect, everybody was loud. Stick, over and over again.
I'm louder. All right.
Gotcha.
I lived in a house with 3 older brothers, a little
True.
sister, 2 dogs,
True.
2 cats, and my parents. All
True.
right. Let me tell you, you have to be loud, be heard.
You can also bring that loud energy to Disneyland because that's day 2. Disneyland. So now we're gonna wrap things up with the fan favorite section of the show called Top 10 Questions on MOTOWN Downtown.
Top 10 questions. You got the questions? Top 10 questions. I got the answers. Top 10, top 10, top 10 questions. Better get your answers ready.
Where I'm going to ask my guests 10 questions, courtesy of Inside the Actors Studio. So, Nyx, are you ready?
Yep.
Alright, so the first question is, what is your favorite word?
Ooh. Eviscerate.
Ooh, nice. What is your least favorite word?
Probably slice.
Gotcha. Is there a reason why?
So as funny as it sounds, I like the word eviscerate because it sounds cool.
Yeah.
The actual subject of evisceration, I try not to think about because, you know, I just think cool word. Slice makes me think of people getting hurt, and I don't like people in pain, so I...
Facts.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Gotcha. So, what makes you happy?
Naps. And cats. And animals. I love animals. You know, we're sticking with animals. I love animals, man.
I can tell by that line behind you.
And Steve the giraffe.
Oh, the giraffe too. Nice. For any team at all. So, what makes you upset?
Anxiety.
Facts. What sound or noise do you love?
Ooh. I love hearing my family laughing.
Nice. That's wholesome. So, what sound or noise do you hate?
Nails on a chalkboard.
Oh man, I can hear it now. Okay, so for the $1 million question, Mistress Nyx, what is your favorite curse word?
This is a very serious question for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, so I'm a redhead, right?
Yeah.
Alright? And, a lot of the time, we're told to go into Scottish accents for some of the work that we're doing. And, there's just something so satisfying of calling somebody a daft cunt.
I like that.
So it's either that or everyone, maybe hell.
Hell. Cool. Yeah, usually people say fuck or something, but I think you might be the first one to say hell. I like that.
Yeah, because there's so many things you can use hell for.
Yeah, what the hell? Go to hell. Well, it's hot as hell. All that jazz. I like that. So, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Besides voice acting or just acting in general, it would have been really, really cool if I could have gone into animation or demolition.
Demolition? Cool.
Yeah, I want to blow shit up.
I love seeing things blow up too. So, what profession?
Safely.
Exactly. What profession would you not like to attempt?
Anything in the medical field.
Same. I don't want people's life to be in my hands. Nah.
I just don't like. No, I just can't see blood. If I see somebody bleeding,
Bye. So for the last question, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I'm proud of you.
One more round of applause, please, for our illustrious guest, Mistress Nyx. That was fun. That was so much fun. You are the most fun guest we've had on a show ever. So thank you again.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
It is, yeah.
I'm not all that fancy. Your standards are incredibly low.
So I'm gonna look for somebody to raid while I do that. How about some parting words for the audience?
Be kind to yourself. It's really difficult these times to be angry and difficult with yourself, but it's always easy to look at how far you have to go and forget about how far you've come. So
Deep.
don't forget to look back every now and again and be like, hey, I used to be shit. Now I'm like kind of cool.
I love that. We're gonna go raid my friend Tide Pool of Dreams. So next I always have my guests decide what the raid message is going to be. So what would you like the raid message to be?
Sharks in the water.
Sharks in the water. And when is the next time we can catch you live on Twitch or YouTube? Like, where can people catch you next? Like, go ahead and plug where people can see you.
Honestly, presently, I'm in the process of going with a rebrand and things of that nature. So right now, nowhere.
Gotcha.
I exist here. If you want to contact me about anything voice acting related, talk to Mo. He's pretty chill. Work with Mo. Mo is chill.
Thank you.
Chill dude.
Well, you all have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you on Monday for more Pragmatica. So thank you again, Nick, for coming by. Thanks for being an awesome host. Y'all have a great weekend. We'll catch you guys next time. Say hi to Tide for me. Bye-bye.
Bye.